Somebody just played a fake idol on national television, looked Jeff Probst dead in the eyes with full confidence, and Jeff hit them with the most devastating for words in Survivor history. This is not a hidden immunity idol. And what happened next was so brutal, so humiliating, so game-shattering that even the jury bench gasped. But here is the part nobody is talking about yet. The person who planted that fake idol was Parvati Shallow, and her reason for doing it is way darker than strategy. Now, before I get into the full breakdown of what just happened, there are 3 things you need to understand from this episode that are going to completely reframe how you watch the rest of Survivor 50. First, Tony Vlachos, the king of Survivor himself, went home tonight and he was not supposed to go home and he had every reason to believe he was safe. Second, the fake idol was not just some random arts and crafts project. It was a calculated psychological weapon that Parvati built over multiple episodes. And third, there is a secret alliance between Parvati, Cirie Fields, and Jeremy Collins forming in the shadows right now that use this chaos as a smokescreen, and if you are not paying attention to it, you are going to be blindsided yourself when it takes over this game. So yeah, you're going to want to stay for all of this. If you are new here, this is where we break down every single episode of Survivor with the kind of analysis and unhinged energy that this legendary season deserves. And trust me, Survivor 50 is delivering on a level we have not seen in years. So let me set the stage for you, because episode 3 did not just start chaotic. It started with tension that you could cut with a machete. Coming off of last week's tribal council, the dynamics at camp were already fractured. You had players walking on eggshells, you had whisper campaigns happening behind every tree, and you had Tony Vlachos feeling way too comfortable for his own good. On-screen text suggestion the calm before the storm, and that right there is always the kiss of death on Survivor. The moment you feel safe, the moment you stop double-checking, the moment you lean back and think, yeah, I got this figured out, that is exactly when this game swallows you whole. And look, Tony is one of the greatest players to ever play this game, but even legends bleed on Survivor 50. Now here is where it gets interesting, and honestly, I did not even catch this on first watch, so make sure you are paying close attention. Earlier in the season, we saw Parvati Shallow quietly collecting materials around camp. Little things. A piece of string here, a scrap of leather there, a bead that looked like it came off somebody's bag. At the time, most viewers probably thought nothing of it. Maybe she is making a bracelet. Maybe she is bored. No, Parvati was building a fake hidden immunity idol, and she was doing it with the precision of someone who has studied every single fake idol that has ever been made on this show. B-roll suggestion, slow zoom on previous Survivor fake idol moments from past seasons. The paint job, the wrapping, the weight, even the little pouch she put it in. It was a masterclass in deception. And look, we have seen fake idols before on Survivor. We have seen the stick. We have seen the rushed, sloppy ones that nobody would fall for. But this one looked real enough that I think even some producers might have had to double-check the prop department. That is Parvati Shallow for you. The woman does not do anything halfway. So here is what happened. Parvati takes her carefully crafted fake idol and does not just leave it somewhere random. She does not toss it near a tree and hope somebody stumbles on it. No, she is way smarter than that. She stages the discovery. She figures out the exact path Tony walks every morning to get water. She buries the idol along that path with just enough of the string poking out, and then she casually mentions at camp that she heard production was hiding idols in new spots this season. On-screen text suggestion, the setup was diabolical. She literally created the entire narrative around this fake idol before Tony even found it. That is not just strategy. That is Parvati-level psychological warfare, and honestly, what else would you expect from the queen of Survivor manipulation? And Tony finds it. He pulls it out of the ground and you can see it in his eyes. That rush, that adrenaline, that feeling of, oh my god, I just found the thing that is going to save my game. And Tony does what Tony always does when he thinks he has power. He gets loud. He starts making bigger moves. He starts saying names out loud. He starts burning bridges he cannot rebuild because in the back of his mind he thinks he has a safety net. And this is the tragic part. This is where I actually felt bad watching because you could see Tony transforming his entire game strategy around an idol that does not exist. Every conversation he had from that point forward was colored by false security. Tony Vlachos, the man who won twice, was playing a completely different game than everyone else at camp, and he did not even know it. The Spy Shack King got outspied by the Flirt Queen, and I am still not over it. Now here is the thing that makes this even more devastating, and I genuinely think this is the moment of the episode that people are going to be talking about for years. At Tribal Council, the votes come in and Tony can feel the heat. He knows something is off. Jeff asks if anyone wants to play a hidden immunity idol, and Tony stands up, walks to the front with that classic Tony swagger, and with absolute confidence says, "Jeff, I would like to play this idol on myself." B-roll suggestion, dramatic pause, reaction shots. Tribal Council. The entire Tribal Council goes quiet. Parvati is sitting on the bench, and I swear I could see the tiniest smirk on her face. Cirie is stone cold. Jeremy does not even blink. And Jeff takes the idol. He looks at it. He turns it over. And there is this moment. This horrible, beautiful, terrible moment where Jeff takes just a beat too long. And you know, the audience at home knows. Parvati knows. Cirie knows. Jeremy knows. Everyone knows except Tony, standing there smiling, thinking he just made the biggest power move of the season. This is not a hidden immunity idol. 6 words. 6 words, and you could literally watch Tony Vlachos' soul leave his body. The color drains from his face. His legs almost buckle. And then the worst part happens. He has to go sit back down, knowing he is about to be voted out, knowing someone played him, knowing that every bold move he made in the last 2 days was built on a lie. On-screen text suggestion, game over. Tony looks around and his eyes land on Parvati, and in that second you can see it click. He knows. He knows it was her. And Parvati just gives him this look that says, "Yeah, it was me, and what are you going to do about it?" I have watched a lot of Survivor. A lot. And I am telling you that exchange between Tony and Parvati is going to live in the Survivor Hall of Fame right next to Eliza's face when Jason played the stick. But hold on, because we are not done. Not even close. Because while everyone was focused on Tony's fake idol explosion, something else happened at that Tribal Council that I think 90% of viewers missed completely. Watch the reactions of the other players when the idol is revealed as fake. Watch who is surprised and watch who is not. Because Cirie Fields and Jeremy Collins do not even flinch, which tells me they were in on it from the beginning. Parvati did not act alone. She has Cirie freaking Fields and Jeremy Collins locked in as a tight 3, and they just pulled off a coordinated hit on the biggest threat in the game, and nobody on the other side of the numbers even realizes this alliance exists yet. On-screen text suggestion, the real power trio. Think about that for a second. Parvati's social manipulation, Cirie's strategic genius, and Jeremy's challenge strength and meat shield philosophy all working together. That is arguably the most dangerous alliance in Survivor history. Now here is my hot take, and I know this might ruffle some feathers, but I am going to say it anyway. What Parvati did tonight was brilliant strategy, but it was also borderline cruel in a way that I think is going to create a massive jury management problem for her. Because here is the thing about Survivor. You can make the flashiest, most impressive moves in the history of the game, but if the people you burn do not respect you at the end, you lose. And humiliating Tony Vlachos, a 2-time winner, with a fake idol at Tribal Council in front of everyone is the kind of move that does not just vote someone out, it embarrasses them. And Tony is not the kind of player who is going to sit on that jury and smile about it. So the question becomes, did Parvati just make the move of the season, or did she just make the move that cost her the $1 million? And honestly, I could argue it either way. Because on one hand, Tony might respect the gameplay. He's a big moves guy after all. But on the other hand, she did not just outplay him. She made him look foolish on national television. And that is a different kind of wound. I want to hear what you think, because this is genuinely a debate I have been having with myself since the credits rolled. Was Parvati's fake idol move a top-tier legendary play, or did she cross a line that is going to haunt her at final Tribal Council? Let me know your take in the comments, because I know the Survivor community is going to be divided on this one. Looking ahead at the rest of the season, the ripple effects of this episode are going to be massive. You now have an entire group of players who just witnessed firsthand what Parvati is capable of. Some of them are going to want to align with the Parvati Cirie Jeremy trio because that kind of power is intoxicating. Others are going to be terrified and want to take Parvati out immediately before she does the same thing to them. And then you have the middle group, the ones who are going to try to ride the middle, which we all know never works on Survivor. The battle lines are being drawn right now. Tony is gone, but his allies are still in the game and they just watched their king get dethroned. You better believe they are coming for revenge. And Parvati knows it too. I promise you, the next 3 episodes are going to be absolute chaos. So let me bring it all together for you. Episode 3 of Survivor 50 gave us Parvati Shallow executing the most devastating fake idol play in the modern era of this show. Tony Vlachos, a 2-time winner and Survivor legend, got completely outmaneuvered by a move that was set up episodes in advance. And Parvati just painted a massive target on her own back that is either going to carry her to the finale or get her torched before the merge. On-screen text suggestion: next episode is going to be wild now if you think that was intense. Episode 4 is reportedly going to feature a twist that production has never used before, and I already have some theories about what it might be and how it could shake up the Parvati Cirie Jeremy power trio. So if you are not subscribed yet, first of all, what are you doing? And second of all, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you do not miss that breakdown, because I promise you it is going to be just as insane as this one. Drop a like on this video if you are as obsessed with this season as I am, and I will see you in the next one. Top 5 SEO tags for this video. Survivor 50 Episode 3. Survivor 50 Fake Idol Parvati. Survivor 50 Tony Vlachos voted out. Survivor 50 Recap. Survivor 50 Tribal Council Blindside optimized video description. Survivor 50 Episode 3 just delivered one of the most shocking moments in the history of the show when Parvati Shallow planted a carefully crafted fake idol that Tony Vlachos found and played at Tribal Council. In this full episode breakdown, we cover how Parvati built the fake idol over multiple episodes, how she manipulated Tony into finding it, and how the entire Blindside unfolded when Probst revealed the idol was fake. We also break down the secret Parvati Cirie Jeremy alliance that is now running the game, offer hot takes on whether this move was genius or too cruel for jury management, and preview what is coming in episode 4, with a potential game-changing twist. If you are a Survivor fan, this is the breakdown you need to watch before the next episode airs. Subscribe for weekly Survivor 50 coverage all season long. 3 thumbnail concepts. First concept is a close-up of Tony Vlachos holding the fake idol with a shocked face and the text "fake" stamped across it in bold red with Parvati smirking in the background. Second concept is a split screen with Tony smiling confidently on one side and his devastated reaction on the other with the text "Parvati destroyed him" in large yellow letters. Third concept is Parvati holding a finger to her lips in a gesture with the fake idol on the Tribal Council podium and a large red X over Tony's face with the text "Game Over" in white block letters. YouTube Shorts hook version. Parvati Shallow just ended Tony Vlachos on Survivor 50, and it was the most brutal thing I have ever seen on this show. Tony walked up to Jeff with full confidence, handed over what he thought was a real idol, and Jeff looked at him and said this is not a hidden immunity idol. But the craziest part is Parvati spent 3 episodes setting up this trap. She collected materials around camp, she buried the fake idol on the exact path Tony walks every morning to get water, and she even started a rumor about new idol hiding spots to make sure Tony would find it. Tony built his entire game around an idol that Parvati made with her own hands, and when it fell apart at Tribal Council, you could see the exact moment he realized she got him. Parvati looked at Tony and smiled, and that image is going to haunt Survivor fans forever. This might be the most cold-blooded move in Survivor history, and I broke down every single detail in my latest video. Go watch it right now.